How's it going, everyone? My name is Alexis Portnova. I am an agency owner. I run an agency for lead generation and appointment setting for other agencies, and I also run a social media management agency. Now, in today's video, I wanted to go ahead and broadly and quickly hit over all the points I think you need to hit as a beginner in SMMA. Now, in future videos, I'll dive deeper into each of these points so you can get a more in-depth video, but I didn't want to make this video over an hour long, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, I would, assuming you already have done a little bit of research on this and that's why you want to start an agency, but if not, I would go ahead and search up a couple YouTube videos and just get a feel for what it is and how it kind of works. But anyways, first things first, I would go ahead and create a name for your agency. That is the easiest thing you can do, and when that happens, you have an agency. So create a name. It could be your initials, anything. It shouldn't take too long. Don't dwell too much on this. It's really not that big of a deal. So my agency name is Nizio, theagency.com. So like, it's really not that important. Anyways, so next thing, I would go ahead and target smaller ticket clients. So whether that be off of Upwork, you can use Instagram, but Upwork, Facebook groups, and LinkedIn. These are going to be the top 3 places I would recommend you go look for smaller ticket clients. So that's going to be like your between $500 and $1,000 ticket clients on average usually, just to get enough cash flow into your pipeline to fund the beefier agency that you'll make more profits off of. So with that though, before you do that, go either on Upwork, LinkedIn, or Facebook groups and find yourself a contractor that can work with you. So you're not the one providing the services. If you don't have the money to do that right now, I would say you can, or you have the time, offer the services yourself, but I would recommend you finding a contractor, and once you sign a client, make them pay, and then at the end of that month, then pay your contractor. So you are never really paying out of your pocket, if that makes sense. Anyways, so, and I would go ahead and set up an appointment calendar for that, and just so you're not double booking anybody at any point in time. Next, while you're doing that, actually, go ahead and start researching a little bit about a bunch of different niches and see which ones that you're more inclined to working with or going into. And I would say once you hit that $2,000 per month mark, with your smaller ticket clients, I would move to working on your agency and really dive down, pick a niche, and start running with it. I would give you around a year to kind of like move around slowly in your niches, but once you hit that year, I would just stay with one and keep it the same forever. Or almost forever, or at least until you make a bigger name for yourself or are making enough money to start another agency. So keep that the same. And go ahead and also hire a contractor for that as well. So you're gonna have one contractor for your social media management, or however many contractors for that specific agency. And then for your other agency, go ahead and hire a contractor to offer that service. So whether that be Facebook ads, find a media buyer. Whether that be email marketing, go ahead and find someone in there to hire. So that's before you start anything. Just make sure you have them just in case, because it will take time to find somebody and to vet them and to have the meeting. So you don't want to have a client and then not have anyone to deliver the services. And if you don't know how to do it or you don't have the time to do it, then you're stuck in a pickle. Now, also I would use the same appointment calendar for that, or just the same site. And then go ahead and before you actually start looking for other clients, go ahead and create an onboarding for them. So once they get into they pay you, they're your client now, they have something to go into, they have something to walk them through, and you're not having a 3-hour Zoom call with them describing the next steps, how to do everything, and where it goes from there. So just create an onboarding, have it clear cut, and it's not sloppy, it's easy to go through, seamless, automated as well. So I would recommend doing that. And then once you do that, go ahead and start lead sourcing and finding leads. So whether that be if you're doing the local business, I would use Google Maps and just look in certain areas, see the pricings of things, and find the name, and I would just make a save list in Google. If you're doing e-com, there's going to be a bunch of different tools and everything that you can use. I'll go into that more in depth in other videos, but finding people on Facebook, Instagram, that type of thing, reaching out to them on there. You can use Upwork. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And once you have somebody in your pipeline and they made an appointment on your calendar and they're on the call with you, that whole process leading up to the call, you were just selling the call. You're not selling your service in that point in time. You're just selling them onto the call. Once you're on the call, again, sell them the outcomes, but not the services. So they don't, Montel quoted it as like feature brain. You don't want to engage their feature brain. You just want to sell them on the outcome, what you can provide them, and so they don't get hooked on the tiny nitty-gritty things and then start second guessing. And they're not your client unless they pay you on the call, or they pay you, no, if they pay you on the call, unless they have to talk to a partner. I think that's the only other time that it's okay, because if once they get off the call, they have time to think and they have time to talk themselves out of it. So make sure you get payment on the call, and then boom, you got your first client, and then they go through the onboarding process. And I'll touch on another video. Man, I'm starting a lot through this video, but I'll touch on another video, kind of the process after the fact of actually getting your client, like the onboarding, and then what happens after the onboarding, and how that goes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.